Personally, my favorite car would probably be my red Beat, just because of how special the circumstances around building that car were, the people I met through owning the car, the fact that I worked and lived in Japan at Cozy Lights because of that car. That car closely followed by my 1998 Honda Stepwagon because it's a perfect capsule of the millennium for me, which is the most nostalgic period, I think, for someone in my age group. This is a 1998 Honda Stepwagon that I did a pretty extensive customization on. A lot of the parts are factory options, but the way I've pieced them together is fairly custom, I think. The entire chassis of the car has been restored. I've made a custom air suspension setup for it, and I found essentially every factory accessory that works well together you can find, along with a good combination of Lucky Star, Mugen, and ARC parts. ARC being airbox and radiator manufacturer. I'll start in the engine bay. So a few choice parts here. Here's the ARC airbox, intake charge pipe, and there's a Mugen exhaust manifold down here. Powder-coated white valve cover, a Greddy strut bar, all bolt-on modifications, but the goal of this build wasn't speed, it was just quality. Even down to my brand new hood insulator and all the brand new details in here. My focus on quality really comes from wanting to preserve the past. Things really were made differently in the past, and they are restorable to new or beyond new, even to this day. Learning this, I've become addicted to making things new again and making the past live again. So my inspiration or passion for quality is just an ongoing natural curve from building all of these things and bringing things back to life. Moving on to the interior. We've got the Honda Access optional lace seat covers, Honda Access lace curtain kit, Honda Access rear table. These floor mats are very unique and took me a long time to find. They are Team Kunimitsu corporate Stepwagon mats. I believe they were used in team transport vehicles because I can't seem to find any Honda literature on them. Some of the Lucky Star details, these billet door locks, the billet chrome steering wheel, hub, shifter, and hazard, and defrost, and climate control buttons are all made by Lucky Star, a kind of Yankee style, American themed hot rod aftermarket parts manufacturer that went out of business in about 2006. A couple more details here, sill plates, essentially everything for this car. In the back, I have the Honda Access factory kitchen, cargo net, headrest cushions, even a hat, optional shower, a fishing jacket, pretty much everything you can think of that they made for this car I have inside the car. I have to get creative about sourcing parts just because the parts aren't available anymore. So I have to search and search and search for years to find a specific part just to fill what I think a car should be in my head. Like my Stepwagon and my multi-year search for things like floor mats or the optional shower. We'll speak that to you. Restoration parts wise, you have to get creative obviously because they aren't made, and I don't really see anyone making them, so it seems I might have to take the initiative. The roof raises on this vehicle. So it's really a two-story Honda. Unique part about Stepwagon Field Decks, the model with the tent, is it's one of 1,241. So there's very few of these that the factory made, and I imagine there's a lot fewer that still remain on the road today. Really, the goal of the build was to cultivate the aesthetic of the millennium and really capture the essence of like 1998, 1999, and 2000 in a vehicle. And I think I did a good job down to the carving heads and aero parts. It's all very period correct. These wheels are rather special. They are carving head 40s. This is the 18-inch two-piece version with the premium face. This wheel was ironically the most popular aftermarket wheel in Japan and may have sold the most sets out of any wheel design ever. They made them from, I believe, 14-inch to 18-inch and in countless different widths and sizes. This set is perfectly spec'd for a Stepwagon, and I'm not surprised because it was one of the most popular wheels for a Stepwagon. Carving even made an aero kit for this van, which ironically looks very similar to the aero kit I have on it now, although it isn't a carving kit, it's a modulo aero kit. But a great looking wheel that's very period and channels the Yankee style theme I was going for in this build and the Chicano kind of off-road lowrider culture I want to channel through this build. It's essentially really a billet Dayton with 40 spokes, so really quite a unique wheel. Next is to hopefully inspire more people to build vehicles to a higher standard and seek out restoration work like the work I'm offering. So far, it's really been limited to really American and European cars. Most people haven't put the time and effort into Japanese imports yet, and I'm hoping to change that culture and stigma, especially around Hondas. In North America, I find Hondas really have a stigma, and I don't understand it because in my opinion, the brand's a really high quality, well-engineered brand that's every product works well in the ecosystem and fantastic company to work with and deal with. It's really hard to understand the stigma. So, my name's Chase Johnson. I'm the founder here at CCRAFT Detail and Custom.